Boy, just be yourself. If people don't like it if you're being yourself, fuck them.
It's Big Los.
Hollywood Kev.
And welcome to another episode of The Noize. If you haven't yet, go ahead and follow us on the big three, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Noize Podcast. And of course, you can follow everything Beat Network at beatnetworkonline.com. Kev, how are you, sir?
I ain't gonna lie, man. My back is really bothering me today.
Oh, we're having a Kev day.
Yeah. Today is but other than that, I'm good, man.
And that was a heavy yawn you let out as well.
Was it?
Yeah. I was like, yeah, I feel that. I feel that.
And that's funny because I went to bed last night, I think, earlier than when I normally go to bed.
I was about to say, that's a hell of a thing to not know whether or not you went to bed, but you said you went to bed earlier.
Yeah, I went to bed earlier than what I normally did.
You know, I'm starting to notice when we actually get the amount of sleep that we're like supposed to get, tired as hell the next day.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah, like I could go back to sleep right now.
He's like, I could use about 2 or 3 more.
Yeah, I mean, if it doesn't happen, then cool. I'm cool, but if it does, I'm grateful.
Then you know what happens. Speaking of being grateful, I realized at on our last episode, and we seem to do this every holiday, we always seem to forget to say happy whatever the hell that's going on at the time.
That's true, huh?
Like Christmas, Halloween, no matter what the case is, we always we just blow past like it's just a regular day.
I mean, that's kind of how I look at some of the stuff. But
honestly, that's kind of how I look at Thanksgiving. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you.
Yeah. Like I was saying last night that as my kids get older, like I want them to understand, like, yeah, we're still gonna celebrate Thanksgiving and Christmas like normal people do, but understand this is not. We're not celebrating for the same reasons that everybody else may be celebrating. So I agree with you. Yeah, I agree.
And that's actually a conversation I do want to get into before we get into whatever the hell we got on the docket for today. But I went to Ohio for Thanksgiving. First of all, Ohio's still the same. You know, that's still where they manufacture coal,
right,
and distribute it to the rest of the world. But I need everyone to hold me accountable going forward, because I will never be a cheap flyer again and book with Frontier. Like I can't do that anymore.
I've never flown Frontier, so I didn't know it was that bad.
No, it's trash. It's big trash.
Worse than Spirit?
Way worse than Spirit, personally.
You're gassing me.
Personally.
Nah.
Don't get me wrong, Spirit, it feels like
Spirit, you might have to fly the plane.
Spirit, yeah, I think they charge like an extra $50 for some online courses for you to actually fly the plane once you get there, just in case. But I've had nothing but issues every time I've flown with Frontier.
Really?
So this time around, I was trying to get everything booked, and you know, the last time I flew with Frontier, to my knowledge, I just had to pay for the check bag.
Right.
This time they want you to pay for the carry-on too. And it's the same price as the check bags. I'm like, what's the point?
They must have just added that.
You know what I'm saying? Just on some slick shit.
Yeah.
And then of course you have to pay to get your proper seat. Now,
I'm sorry, you have to pay to sit down?
You got to pay to get the seat that you want. Otherwise, they're just going to assign you at check-in. Now, I'm a lot of nigga. I'm a wide body.
Right.
So I can't be stuck in the middle, because one of two things would happen. I'm either going to be the over courteous cat trying to make sure that, you know, I'm not bleeding into everybody out.
Right.
Or, you know.
Or just be like, fuck it.
Exactly. And then in the words of 6ix9ine, I'm going to let my nuts hang. And I'm going to spread the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? So I went ahead and just, you know, dropped that 13 for the seat. And then I was going to drop the 38 for the carry-on bag going and the carry-on coming back. But then I was like, I'm only going to be out there for 3 days. I could fit all this stuff inside my personal item. And I was able to.
That's some nifty packing, boy.
I'm telling you, bro, the military packing never let you down. So I was able to get it all into the personal item. But peep this shit. I tried to reverse out of the package part. I'm sorry, the carry-on price. And it wouldn't let me do it. So I said, fuck it, I'll do it the day of. I get there and the person at the desk talking about we can't reverse it.
So they're going to charge you for
carry-on. They were going to still try to charge me anyway. So mind you, when I try to do these early check-ins, I don't rush to the airport.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I try to get there at least an hour before it's time for me to board or whatever. So I'm going back and forth with this motherfucker at the desk. Boarding starts at 4:30. It's 4:00 at this point.
Oh shit.
So they give me a number to call. I called a number. And they talking about she can't reverse. And I'm like, y'all, no.
Nobody can reverse it?
Now she's saying I got to go back to the desk to get a reverse. I said, they're the one that told me to call you to get it reversed. I'm not about to pay y'all 65 whatever dollars for some shit I'm not going to use.
Yeah.
So y'all can just go ahead, dead that, get that all the way out of the equation, and we'll move forward from here.
Exactly.
So she has me on hold forever. And at this point, I know she's trolling me because she knows that my plane's about to start boarding pretty soon.
Oh, that's fucked
So
up.
I'm on hold forever. At this point, I'm like, I'm about to just take this L and just get the 65. So they finally was able to get it taken off, and I made it to my flight and everything. Coming back, this is the fucked up thing coming back. Because coming back, I didn't have to do any of that. I just did my usual booking, paid for my seat, got the shit on my phone, bypassed that whole little experience.
Right.
Went straight there. I'm like, cool, perfect. Bruh, let me tell you something. Frontier, I'm convinced that all of their pilots like used to be bus drivers or something. Because here's one thing about flying that really kind of irks me. When you're in the air and you start dealing with turbulence, it's not like when you're in a car and you're like, damn, this road fucked up, or I'm driving in Cleveland, there's potholes or whatever.
Right.
I was really sitting back like, yo, what's making us bump like this? Like, we're hella high in the air and it's just mad turbulence. I'm convinced my pilot, that was his first flight ever. Because
that was his first hour in flight.
Because, dog, okay. Here's one of the things that I deal with when it comes down to flying. If we're having turbulence and the pilot needs to get on the mic, I need that cliche. This is Captain. I need that. Because that's going to let me know that I'm cool. Because he's chilling, I'm chilling, we good. We hit this turbulence, bruh. This man got on the mic and he did not sound confident. So we're getting some turbulence. So we're going to try some different altitudes and kind of see what works out. Bro, what you mean we're going to try? There's no trying. We're here. I need you to know what the fuck you're doing.
We're in a no fuck up zone.
So they put the seatbelt sign on. I guess he wasn't feeling the fact that we all weren't, sitting down. So he gets back on the mic. Need you guys all to take a seat. The seatbelt sign is on. We are experiencing some turbulence. And over. Click. So now the stewardess, she's on the PA. The nigga interrupts her to say again that y'all need to sit down too. So at this point, I'm like, hey, dog, what's about to happen?
Right, what's going on?
And I'm telling you, bro, it was so much turbulence. The way dude was sounding, he clearly wasn't Sully. Sully would have been cool in that situation. This nigga wasn't him. So
he wasn't Denzel in flight
at all. He wasn't about to do this shit upside down, bro. I'm like, whatever happens, the margin for error is slim. And if we go down, we're going down. That's just it. That's just the end of the whole flight. Like that. Happy Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? So here's the funny part. When we finally got out of the turbulence, two things happen. When we get out of the turbulence, and these two things I've never seen a pilot do. We get out of the turbulence. The nigga gets on the mic and apologizes for the turbulence. I've never had a pilot apologize for turbulence. Wow. So I'm like, what are you apologizing for?
You apologize for something you can't control?
That means when we finally got there, he probably was going to put, whoo!
Dodged the bullet.
Yeah, my bad. You know what I'm saying? But, and again, the way you sound on the mic, I need that. This is your captain speaking. Man. We're going to be, I need that nigga to be on the mic. Second thing that took me for a loop. When was the last time you flown?
I think a couple of years ago, 2015.
So when you're on the plane, the stewardess and the flight captains, they see you off, have a good one. Thanks for flying with us, yada, yada, yada. This nigga was the first nigga off the plane.
He knew something.
I'm walking past, I say goodbye to the stewardess. And I'm like, bro, the cockpit is empty. I've never seen.
That's true. I've never seen
the pilot be the first dude off the plane.
Yeah, he was.
And he went to the bathroom and there was no one's in the bathroom. Nothing.
He tried to get up out of
He
there.
was the first nigga off the plane.
He was gonna kill all of y'all.
He was like, whoo, he was out. He was in the fucking lobby smoking a cigarette right there. Like, if he didn't believe anything, he was Christian that day. Like, Jesus, listen, let me talk to you real quick.
Yours was worse than my last flight thing. And who did I fly last? United? Yeah, United. And it sucked because I hadn't flown for a while. You know what I mean? So it was almost like a new experience for me. But it was storming. Ooh. It wasn't storming. It was like you can tell it was about to storm. But in the air, it was like it was the shits up there.
It was cracking, right?
Right. So we flying, and Nigga, I'm nervous. I am terrified. And I remember there's this little girl next to me, and her mother was like, no, she flies all the time. Because before when they get on, the woman next to me was like, do y'all want to switch seats? You can sit here, I'll sit there. She was like, no, she flies all the time. So this girl was a vet. Nigga, I am scared. She looking at me like, bro, what the fuck is going on with you?
She's like, pussy.
I was scared, bro. Like it's lightning. It's moving, but the captain never got on. So I was cool, I guess, with the captain. He was cool. He knew what he was doing. He never got on to say, yo, chill, nothing like that. Seatbelt light never came on. I was just the one like, yo, get me the fuck off this plane.
Bro, I'm telling you. But that's the thing. I would rather a calm captain. Like, when you look at the shit that happened with Sully, when he knew that shit was about to hit the lake, when he knew he was going down, the only thing he got on the PA and said was, brace for impact, and got off. Real quick DJ spin. You know what I'm saying? Quick drop. Brace for impact. That was that. This dude was talking us throughout every step of the fucking turbulence. And I'm like,
he was new.
He's just as nervous as we are.
He was new.
I'm not a fan of that. I need confidence in my pilot.
He was new.
So there was that situation.
That's bad because I was going to fly Frontier a few times.
Bro, I'm saying, don't do it. Just break the extra 100, whatever the fuck it got to be. I will never be that cheap again, bro. Never again. It was a last minute booking. So I just kind of went with who wasn't break my pockets.
Right.
Exactly. Another thing that was weird on the flight. Well, not weird. It was actually kind of funny. There was this white lady that was sitting in the row next to me. So in my row, cool ass white dude. He got on the plane and he sat down. He was like, "Oh, I bought this seat too. I really don't like to be, squished like that. So just let you know, no one's coming in this seat." I said, "Oh, you're a good man." So the white lady gets on the row across from me, and there's also another story with the first flight too that I'll double back to. But the white lady gets in the
this
row
on the way
across
home,
from me.
I'm assuming.
This one's on the way home. But there's one going on the flight there that was hilarious that I have to talk about. So the white lady the entire time keeps looking at me. Keeps glancing over whatever. I stand up because the dude has to go to the bathroom. Bro, why I stand up and she gonna clutch her purse?
You serious?
I'm like, where the fuck I'm gonna go? I'm gonna run to the bathroom and just stand there till we land. They'll never catch me in here. And like, what the fuck? I'm
you serious?
Bro, I promise. So the whole time I'm sitting there thinking, does she really have a fear of me and we're on a plane? You know
better than me because I would have looked over. Hey, sweetheart, you good?
No, that's what I told her. I was like, trust me, you're fine. And I sat back down. And then in my head, I'm like, listen, when it comes down to domestic terrorism, y'all are winning over my people because we only had one and he was just heartbroken when he went on his little run. Other than that, y'all niggas woke up on a Thursday. I'm going to blow some shit up today.
Right.
Today's a good day to see some shit go up in smoke.
I'm going to go eat breakfast and eggs and go blow shit
up. You know what I'm saying? Guy had his egg whites. What Bernie Mac said, like he had his cereal. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he went about his day and did what he had to do. The first flight though, and this is the last story before we get into the other conversation. Real quick. So I was in a row. This time we had a full row. And it was a white dude and then a black lady.
Okay.
We'll start off by saying that.
Okay.
And I thought they knew each other because midway through the flight, she was laying on his shoulder.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And she was, clutching under his arm and everything like that. I'm like, okay, I see you brother out here with the jungles. But then at this point, they're talking.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, y'all don't know each other. So I'm like, okay, I see you, bro. You about to get to Ohio.
Get the highest magnum draw.
You know what I'm saying? Get into some dark meat real quick. Right. You feel me? Man, let me tell you how this bro was heartbroken. Because it was a dark flight the entire time. Because this is a red hot flight.
Oh Lord,
boy, we get off that plane, and when I tell you, Fred came out of that seat, and the white dude was just looking so puzzled. Like he was just stopping and just looking. I was like, "Oh, I don't think you knew. I don't think he knew. It was definitely a man."
Oh,
yeah, Fred. It was definitely a man.
Oh no,
and I don't think he knew. He couldn't have. I don't think he knew because his face just said, "Oh my God."
Oh no, that poor guy.
Old girl boy has been holding me for the last 3 hours.
Right.
And I'm telling you, he was probably dropping gems in her ear. Like,
right.
Yo, like, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Got off the plane and was like, your dick may be bigger. It's a good, because I'm telling you, bro, when she got up, she was about 6'2", 6'3". And I'm talking about just shoulders, bro.
A little bit, very, very little shorter than me.
You know what I'm saying? And just mad shoulders. So that's not the reason that I'm like, oh, that's clearly a guy. When you saw her face.
You knew it was clearly a guy.
Bruh, 5 o'clock shadow.
Oh no! How did he not know that?
Bruh, it was dark. I'm telling you, it was dark as hell on the plane.
Oh,
Frontier ain't got just regular. They ain't got mood lights, nigga. They turn the lights off.
low key, I kind of like when the lights is off when I'm traveling.
No, I like it because that gives me the opportunity to go to sleep. That's why my flight coming back kind of sucked because the lights was on the whole time.
Yeah.
Bruh, but I was like, yo, I don't think he knew.
Oh,
and it's so crazy because his face didn't change after he saw who it was. He was like, he was just thinking about it. Like, am I gay? Like, what does that mean for me? Like, what does it mean for me going forward?
He probably just got to not tell nobody, leave it.
Oh yeah, he's keeping that story to himself.
Only people who knew was the people that was on that plane and just leave it at that.
But what he didn't know was that his roommate on that plane has a podcast.
Oh no!
And I'm telling the whole goddamn world. At least who all listens. Yeah, so that was some good banter.
Yeah, you had some interesting flights.
Shit was interesting. So one subject that I wanted to get into and really, pick your brain about it. Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. And, just for the record, about to get extra black. So if y'all don't like it, fast forward. I look at it like Columbus Day. Why is this still something that we celebrate? Like, I get that. I get, the togetherness and being thankful and stuff like that. However, this is a day that we're celebrating that happened right before a mass genocide. You know what I'm saying?
I think from what I last read, it was either 1638 or 1637, like the first Thanksgiving or whatever was not what it is now. It was a celebration of the genocide. We just killed all of them to celebrate me. I think that's really what it was.
Well, I know that the natives that were here before they got here, I know that they fed them and, get a whole thing. And in exchange, they gave them blankets that just so happened to have smallpox on it.
How you have a blanket with smallpox? Hey, that's a smallpox blanket. Don't use that.
Look, that means you came to America with the smoke.
Yes.
You showed up like, yo, whatever's there, I'm killing it.
Yes.
Cause it's me.
And not only am I killing it, but I'm killing it slowly. Like, exactly. It's not like they put the blanket on it and they die instantly. No, they gonna be cool for probably a day or two.
And then for the ones that didn't take the blankets or for the ones that didn't contract the smallpox, they just burnt the villages down.
Yeah.
So the fact that this is something that, if we could take down national monuments, if I'm not all the way sure, please somebody correct me if it's not the case, but if at this point we're recognizing Columbus Day as Indigenous People Day, then I feel like something needs to change with Thanksgiving.
You're right in that. I think the only problem is that this is hundreds of years in the making.
Right.
So I think it's harder to
well, so it's Columbus Day.
But it's just the day. You know what I mean? Like it's just, today's Columbus Day. It's just a regular day outside of that. With Thanksgiving, stuff closes early, stuff closes down. You know what I mean? It's just different. I think that's probably why it's so hard to do. So even though I agree with you, I agree 100% with you.
Well, yeah, but things also close down on Columbus Day. I'm just saying the reason that we sell, at this point, I'm not saying just completely take away the day and, have people go to work or whatever. I mean, shit, I would have to go to work because I'm in hospitality.
Right.
But I'm just saying we need a revamp of this. You know what I'm saying? Just National Day of Thanks or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
But because there's so much focus on the Pilgrims and the Native Americans having this feast, they don't tell the whole damn story.
Right, exactly.
And I'm pretty sure when kids are learning about Thanksgiving right before they go on Thanksgiving break, since that's apparently a thing now, when they go on Thanksgiving break, I'm pretty sure they're getting told the story that we all, they sat down and, they offered, food and all this other stuff and yada, yada, yada. I'm more than positive not going into the entire story, and then right after, we fucked the shit out of everybody that was here.
Right.
We took them all out. We started claiming all of this. This was us.
Would you eat a Thanksgiving dinner made by pilgrims?
Nah, that just sounds real unseasoned.
Chicken bland.
Undercooked, pink chicken. Right?
Yeah. I'm good out.
I'm bro, you put way more effort into that belt buckle than you did this actual
that belt buckle, that hat.
I'm cool, man. I'm cool off of all that. But I hate to come off as one of those type of people, but it's just when you look at it, this is still celebrating a pretty fucked up history. And it's kind of go back to something that you and I had a conversation about. There is really no positive white history like that.
Nah.
Like when
if you go through from that time of Thanksgiving, and we just sticking with white people, from Thanksgiving till present day, Nah, ain't no positive history.
Bruh,
They killed the Indians and then immediately started having slaves and doing that
from
shit.
Columbus Day going forward.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, when they argue, oh, well, what about a White History Month? Like, you sure you want that?
I hate that. I seen that a couple of days ago. Oh, we don't have a White History Month. Motherfucker, every day is White History Day. What are you talking about?
Every day y'all making history.
What are you talking about? Like, even if we wanted to just break it down, okay, we got Black History Month. Nigga, it's 12 months in a year.
Right.
So not only do we have just 1 month, we have the shortest month, and you have the entire rest of the year. What do you?
And even looking at it like that, they classify the Black Panther Party as a terrorist organization. Mm-hmm. So let's say we have this White History Month on one of the months that we have 31 days. Let's make January White History Month.
Okay.
So how do you address the Ku Klux Klan? Because that's a part of your history. That's a strong part of your history.
Very true.
At one point in time, y'all were a political party.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So how do you address that? How do you properly address Thanksgiving? How do you properly address Columbus Day? Because all of this is white history. Mm-hmm. So how do you teach that? How do you address that without not looking like the bad guy?
Well, me personally, I don't think anybody should be viewed as a bad guy because they're speaking truth.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it'd be different if all these people felt this way and they just making some lies to make themselves sound good or whatever the case is. Okay, cool. But if this is actually what happened in actual facts, I don't give a fuck if you think I'm the bad guy because I told you something you ain't want to hear.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's me personally. Like I said earlier, my family, like I agree with you. Thanksgiving should be different than what it is now. It should be viewed as different. So me personally with my family, for Thanksgiving and Christmas, this is we're going to celebrate, have the good food, whatever, but Thanksgiving, we're going to celebrate the appreciation of our families or friends or whatever the case is. And Christmas would be, it's more appreciation. We're going to give you gifts. We're just going to do it that way because I'm not celebrating these pilgrims doing whatever to these Indians. I'm honestly, I'm not celebrating Jesus' birthday because that's, to me, that's asterisks by that. So I'm not going to fully dive into that. But I agree with you. It's messed up. It's messed up.
It's just, like I said, man, it's weird. And if we're going on this tear of trying to, correct history, and again, we're taking down national monuments that's been around.
I seen they just took one down. It looked like in Cali, they just took the Columbus statue down.
Was there a Columbus statue out there?
I think there was, I don't know where, like what city or nothing like that, but there was a Columbus statue. I know at least this week I seen them take down a Columbus statue.
Yeah, it's just weird. Like it seems if we're gonna celebrate it, then the history needs to be told correctly.
Exactly.
That's my main thing. If the history is told correctly, then honestly, I mean, that it would end up coming out to something that people wouldn't want to celebrate.
True, but even if
be completely honest about it.
You're right, but even if they did, I figure if the history is told correctly, and yes, a lot of people are not going to want to celebrate it, but then that could be the turning point to transition. Like, okay, instead of it be the pilgrim, we're thankful for the pilgrims and Indians. Let's be thankful because these people suffered X, Y, and Z. Let's make that day more so about them. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Than what this fake union is supposed to be.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just listen, we need to make it a national day of thanks.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Move forward from that.
I agree with that.
Because it doesn't make sense. Like the story that we're trying to tell, ultimately everyone is reenacting the day before a mass genocide.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Shit, like, they can't say
a genocide for no reason. Mind you, all genocides are for no reason, but really for no reason.
Right, for some shit that wasn't even ours.
Right, these people was like, oh, y'all fuck with us too? We eat some food.
Bro, but
and dead. Like, what?
You know who learned their lesson? They may be, exiled from, not exiled, but they may they may have exiled themselves from the rest of the world, but they understood completely. What's the tribe that just killed an American journalist? What's their name? It's like
I don't know. I know who you're talking about though, because I just heard about this yesterday. It was an Asian journalist went over there. No, he was a, I don't know if he was a pastor, priest, or whatever, but he went over there talking about, I'm going to take this tribe and turn them into Christians. And they was like, oh, really? Okay.
He didn't even get that. He didn't get that far.
He hopped off the boat. They were just standing there looking like, oh, this nigga really finna come over here? Soon as he made landfall, he just got a whole bunch of arrows shot at him. You seen 300, right?
Yeah.
You know how he was like, our arrows will blot out the sun?
And then
that's what he walked into. It was 900 arrows just shot at. Imagine getting hit with 900 arrows. Like, you got nowhere to run. And these are people that obviously know how to shoot them arrows, so they can go from distance. So even if you try to run back to your little bow, that's getting fucked up too if it's too close.
I'm trying to figure out what the name of the tribe is. There we go. It's the Sentinel Island. It's like the Sentinel.
It's illegal to go to that island.
No, because they'll murk you.
Yeah, you can't go to that because they don't play.
Every picture and every video that you see of this tribe, because I remember looking them up. That's why it's so weird that I completely forgot what the hell their name was, because I remember watching videos about it. Any video or pictures you look up,
helicopters.
They got the Thule and they go for it.
Yes.
I mean, in their case, Thule,
Thule's arrow. But I mean, shit. When you think about it, if you know how to really use that thing, it could be more efficient than.
Apparently.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, and that's not the first body that they caught from somebody trying to go there and fuck with them. Because they've killed 2 reporters beforehand. And this dude, you're right. He was trying to go there and was trying to get them on board with Christianity. And again, he didn't have time to say anything.
Nah.
He hopped off the boat and caught an arrow.
Yes.
That was that.
Yes.
And it was over with. Now, here's my question.
I wonder if there's a video. I want to see this video.
Nah, I'm pretty sure there ain't no video. I'm pretty sure he
probably
wasn't going to record until he felt like he got, good up in there.
I hope the person that he bribed to take him over was like, let me see this shit, because I told you don't. Yeah.
I told you not to fuck with him. I guarantee he already started paddling back.
You know what's bad? Because if let's all this happens, right? Mm-hmm. If the person that's driving him on there, I'm assuming he was safe because he's telling the story, and he sees all this, you can't even go get man's body. You can't until they're gone. And you still got to be cautious when you're doing it, because they could be.
The crazy thing about it is there is no until they're gone.
Yeah, they're still there.
To my knowledge, because there was one that was killed on a helicopter, one of the reporters. Mm-hmm. To my knowledge, that's the only body that they were able to bring back. No, correction, because there was another one where I said there's video of them actually approaching the tribe, and they come out the bushes and they just they let them ring.
They're cannibals?
I don't think they're cannibals.
You don't think so?
And here's why I don't think so. Because if they were cannibals, I think they would have a better trapping setup. You know what I'm saying? To bring.
They did have a better trap. You hopped off the boat and got murked. That's the best trap there is.
Bro, but then they just leave you there. That's it.
They could just leave you there, at least to our knowledge. Me personally, if I take somebody to this place, you know what I mean, and I see them getting murked, I'm getting the fuck up out of there. I'm not seeing what they're doing to your body. It's time to go. So I'm just saying, you're right. Maybe they're not cannibals. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
it's a chance that they could be.
No, it's a solid chance. I'm not going away from that. They could possibly be just an island full of cannibals.
Right.
But like I said, from the footage and stuff that you see that they're, really big into fruits. They could be vegetarians.
They could be,
to be completely honest. Then of course, I'm pretty sure they got fish and shit like that there.
This is me going off. This is my head jumping around. I wonder if everybody that's tried to go to this island was white.
Of course.
Or lighter skin.
No. Let me give them a little more credit.
Or that's why I said or lighter skin. Have they ever seen a black person before?
Come on now. We don't like going down the street we don't know.
I know that.
I know that,
but you do get those black people that's kind of move a little bit like white people. No, we're gonna go to this island, do X, Y, and Z. I want to know.
I guarantee he went with a clan of white people.
but
I'm saying he was the only brother there.
But I'm saying, if that is the case, are all the white people murked in like, you black? We'll give you a chance to run before we shoot you. Like, do they do that?
You kind of look like us.
Yeah, do they do that? I know this is off on a tangent. Shit, I was about to say something about these islands. It'll come back to me. Go ahead.
What I'm curious about is there like somebody from the Sentinel Islands that's like, I want to see what's beyond this.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. This is off on tangent. We don't even have to talk about this, but I did see in Russia, I guess they got a cannibal island in Russia, but it's a prison. Like, if you do something bad or whatever, you get sent to this island and they just leave you there, but it's a cannibal island. So they put you on this island, you got to fend for yourself, but there's no way for you to escape this island.
So they just got a bunch of people out there eating people?
Supposedly. Yeah, supposedly.
That's a movie that's on the way.
Bruh, my head is going.
He was like, I wrote that down the second I saw
my head is going, but yeah.
Well, I look at stuff like that, and again, just really when you get into the history of Thanksgiving, you look at how the Sentinels are dealing with, European visitors. The Native Americans was like, okay, yeah, cool, come through.
It was a little too nice.
We got something on the grill anyway.
They
were too nice both times.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you look at all of that and you have to tell that story. You have to tell that history, because right now you can't just pull up on another tribe's spot.
No, you can,
and think about it. Everything's gonna be square.
Because I don't think this is the only tribe that does that.
I'm pretty sure
other
there's
tribes,
others,
and it may not be on the island, but I think it's tribes in Africa where you can't, certain areas you can't even. They're murky like that.
Now, it is insane, though, to see footage of, like, people, like, tribal people in their natural habitats. Like, man, like, what land? How do y'all communicate? You know what I'm saying?
That is. But unfortunately,
I will never
nobody
know.
will ever know.
I'm not looking to find out.
Unless somebody of that tribe leaves that island, you know what I mean? But I don't think they're in the area where you really can leave that island. Like, somebody has to come, and ain't nobody coming.
But you know what, though? They're probably, even though they're living in what, I guess, us type of people would consider like impoverished areas,
What if
whatever.
they're not?
That's what I'm saying. They don't have any Western diseases,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're on what it looks like a fruit and plant diet,
Right.
And fish.
Yeah.
They are healthy as shit, and
Right.
and they're marksmen.
They're
You know what I'm
healthy ass
saying?
marksmen. But what if, like, since people don't get a chance to really get that close, you know what I mean? Only thing you see right before that is these people on this beach and I'm dead. That's it.
Right.
So what if you go back there, you know what I mean? And it's really not like that. They're not in huts, nigga. They in fucking mansions and just chilling.
What if the Sentinel Islands is Wakanda?
Yeah. What if it is Wakanda? That'd be crazy. But unfortunately, ain't nobody going. At least I'm not trying to find that out.
In this situation, it's not even unfortunately. Leave them the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Just let them be, bruh. Like,
Just let
there's
them
not
be.
a single person that's tried to go to the Sentinel Islands that didn't get an arrow shot at their ass.
Exactly. Just let them be.
That's just one of the places. Listen, stop trying to be that guy.
You know what's sad? Because I know, unfortunately, I know how white people are. I would not be surprised if white people try to colonize that island for whatever reason.
Oh, give it time.
For whatever reason.
it time.
Because, I mean, yeah, they do have arrows, and if you go out there like I am now, you're going to get murked. But if a person go out there in body armor, they may not get murked, at least not by arrow.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I would not be surprised if in 30 years, we conquered Sentinel Island, you motherfuckers. Why?
Like, but for what, though?
Why?
What were they doing?
What did you need the island for?
But you know what, though? I think that's one of the reasons why they can't. Like, when you look at the caravan situation, it's easy to say, oh, okay, these are terrorists and rapists coming over, you know, because we don't know what they're up to, but only thing we know is that they're infiltrating us. And then when you look up footage of them protesting over there, they're saying, yes, it is an invasion. You know, so even though that's not what the fuck they mean by it. We know what the hell they mean by it. There's no threat to go fuck with them.
Right.
So if we were to go over there, it would literally be just to be like, yo,
Just to be like, yeah, just to be on some shit.
It's about to be a resort, so we need y'all to get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah.
Or at least chill out with the arrows. Meet me in the middle. And even if they did that, they probably would still murk them out.
I would. If I was on that island, like this all I knew, generations all I knew, yeah, don't come over here. Leave us alone.
But imagine what they're taught coming up. Like, hey, listen, this is home. You see somebody don't look like you plug his ass. You get rid of him real
But
quick.
not only that, though, what if they do this? And this is just my mind going. What if they do got somebody that be like, okay, we know. I don't know how they would know, but they know that the rest of the world is different. So they send somebody out to kind of like a scout. Hey, yo, go check to see what shit is. You know what I mean? Report back to us. So if they do try to do X, Y, and Z to our place, we know how to handle that. I'm just saying, I'm not putting past them that they could do that.
You know what? In their situation, I think it's their ignorance of the world.
But what if it's
that
not,
allows them
though?
to do that?
That allows them to shoot arrows at people?
Yeah, because think about it. If you're somewhere and the only thing that you know is survival, yeah, you may look like me, but you don't look like me. You know what I mean?
True, but see, the way I look at it is we do what we have to do to survive when that time comes about. You know what I mean? If we don't have to do that, you know what I mean? If you're starving and you look in a trash can for food, you're only going to look into that trash can for food because you're starving. Those people at that island, you know what I mean? Dude gets off. You don't know what his intentions are until you actually peep it out. So just to immediately shoot at him, you got to know something. At least I think you got to know something that's going on with what everybody else is doing. Cause you're not, to me, I'm just like, I'm not going to just shoot at somebody that I really don't know. Dude ain't said 2 words for me. I just shoot at him. To me, I'm like, that makes no sense. But I don't know how they were brought up to get that in their head. So
it makes no sense. However, as Americans that come from the hood, we can relate because
can relate. Absolutely.
You pull up on the wrong block, nigga,
Yeah,
they'll
absolutely.
riddle your car with bullets.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it's almost, it could be the same ideas. You know, it could be the same approach. The only difference is they're tribal people. So it's like they don't need to scope the scene. They see like different, dead in that same sitting.
You think they celebrate Thanksgiving? You think they celebrate Thanksgiving?
They probably celebrate their version. They got the Merksgiving. I mean, we done caught 3 bodies this year. Cheers. Toast up.
What did you, what was on your menu for Thanksgiving foods?
What was it? Turkey, mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, green beans, greens. What else was at that table? Cranberry sauce. Chicken. Actually, it wasn't even turkey. Come to think about it. It wasn't turkey. It was chicken. Chicken, ham, honey baked ham, which was fire. Some rolls. You know, the traditional shit.
Yeah, about the same as me. So we didn't have green beans, but about the same. About the same. Did you have any, or did you see any struggle plates?
I saw some online.
Yeah, I saw one online that literally pissed me off.
Dog.
It was dude. Again, I'm under the assumption until I see otherwise that this person had to be white, because there's no way a black person is going to do what this person did. Again, I don't know. I know some black people. No, the reason I'm about to tell you. So this person was making gumbo. I don't know if you've seen this video or not.
I see, that's already a setup.
Making gumbo. Now, it was bad enough that this, like the roux, did not look very appealing. That's off top, right? It was crabs in there. Not crab legs. Crab.
Whole ass crab.
Whole ass crab.
Okay.
Okay. The kicker is fucking hot dogs inside of this seafood gumbo.
That's not even sausage, actually. Legit hot dogs.
No, I'm getting there. Because when I got the video, they was like, oh, I think they forgot. Or what I was told at first was that they didn't know that they were hot dogs, they were sausage, right?
Okay.
And at first I was like, well, how the fuck can't you tell the difference? It says hot dog on the fucking package. How can you not tell the difference? That was number one. But then I saw it was actually sausage in there. So you had sausage in there.
And you put
in hot dogs.
But why though?
This is why I say this had to be a white person, because until I see otherwise, I could be completely wrong, but until I actually see the person who did this, I'm gonna say it's a white person, because I got too much stock in my people to think that they gonna do something like that.
Dog.
Now, I've seen some black people do some stuff. I'm like, yo, what the fuck are you doing?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I saw somebody had a plate, right? And you know the plate's trash when they're describing what's on the plate, as if the plate isn't physically in front of us on the picture. And they said mashed potatoes. Uh-huh. And I was like, no, I see some grits, but I don't see no mashed potatoes. So where are these alleged mashed potatoes that you speak of?
That grits.
First of all, and apparently
this is a fucking breakfast food, dog.
Apparently this is some real shit that actually happens. Some people do mashed potatoes with corn in it.
Why?
Right. So it's mashed potatoes with corn, and you could definitely tell they went a little heavy with the milk. Man, it looked like
runny mashed potatoes.
Bro,
with
I'm
corn.
telling you, it looked like grits with, you know what I'm saying, some croutons in it, bro. It was bad. I'm like, mashed potato. How do you fuck up mashed potatoes?
Really?
Bro, you can either do it yourself with some milk and a masher,
right?
Or they got some instant shit. Like, you got options.
Yeah.
But they was like, nah, we going exotic for this Thanksgiving, nigga. Give me the corn. But no, real talk, how it looked, I feel like they took a can of cream corn and mashed that with the potatoes. Like, that's the only thing that makes sense, because I shit you not, it really did look like grits.
All they had was cream corn.
All they had,
fuck it. Give me the corn. Give me the can.
It was a couple. They was having the arguments and shit. She said, "Go grab a corn." I'm gonna go get the damn corn.
He grabbed the corn, and she ain't no tissue.
And this why I'm gonna divorce your ass. You gonna go get cream corn? The hell is your problem, Francis? Oh, that just seemed like a Francis plate to me.
Yeah, Francis.
Oh, dog.
Man. It's funny. This week, now I'm playing fantasy basketball, right? Mm-hmm. And when I was doing like the draft and stuff, I was trying to get a draft time, but the way it's set up is once you pick the time, you're locked in. You have to do something to say cancel. Mm-hmm. I didn't know this. So I ended up with like 9 different teams, right? Mm-hmm. Now I only manage one team, right? Only manage one team. Now this one team has D-Rose on it. It got Bron on it. Now mind you, this was auto draft. I don't know how this shit happened. D-Rose, Bron, the rookie from Dallas, Kawhi, like it is a roster, right? 2 and 3 on that team. I'm not managing the other 8 teams. Mm. 2 teams, I'm 1 and 4, right? Not manage. The other teams, I'm 5 and 0.
Who was on that other team?
One team that I can't remember. It wasn't like this team that I'm managing at all. This team that I'm managing would blow the rest of them out. One of them I did look at. It had DeRozan. It had a couple people, but it wasn't to that caliber.
Right.
But they're 5-0. All my 5-0, except for two teams is 1-4, and this one I'm managing is 2-3. I was like, what type of shit is this? Just not gonna manage none of this shit then.
Like, fuck, I'm gonna let this shit
just let it rock. Fuck it. I thought that was very funny because I at first, like when it happened, I was like, when I first noticed it was like the week one. I was like, okay, we'll see what happens. Played a couple games. I'm looking. I'm like, yo, this team is 5-0. This team 5-0. What the hell is going on here?
Like, somebody need to let me know something.
I ain't subbed. I have met whatever is there, and they're winning.
That was just a real quick from Hollywood. Understand? He maxes out on accident.
Yeah.
So don't step to him on a good day. You feel me? Just to kind of jump into, I guess, some kind of conversation with what happened this week. It was a pretty slow week. I see that people tried to be cool for the holidays.
Not slow for the dude that tried to convert them to Christianity.
It's true. No, that was a real
that was a busy ass week.
That was a fast week. It was in and out. So some updates with 6ix9ine. So I read that he's been transferred to a wing that normally snitches go to, and
that was a whole different prison.
No, he's still in the same feds that's somewhere in New York. So they actually kept him in New York, and that's something we were talking about in the first episode. Like, are they keeping him in New York? So they kept him in New York, but he's in a certain wing, and according to the Brilliant Idiots, he's in the same prison as Taxstone.
Right.
So he's now in a certain wing that snitches normally go to. And they're thinking, a lot of people are thinking he's going to flip because it just got put out that the people that he denounced said they're going to super violate him.
Yeah.
Which I fucking hate that term because it sounds like rape. But they said they're going to super violate him, which we all know is they're going to kill him. So now the feds are like, bro, we locked you up for protection.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? These people want to kill you. So now it could be something they're just putting out there so he can flip. It you know, possibly couldn't be the case. But now he's in a situation to where he's where the snitches go to, and the people that he's ultimately quote unquote protecting want him dead. So he's in a pretty fucked up situation.
Yeah. Did you see that video with him and Fat Joe, that little clip? It was a little clip where Fat Joe was talking to him, telling him, you know what I mean? And he goes into saying like, yo, Bobby Smurder got Fat Joe, you know what I mean? The feds, they was trying to lock me up for whatever they could, you know what I mean? Set me up for whatever they could. He said with Bobby Smurder, unfortunately, they actually caught the guy.
Right.
And he looked at him, he was like, the feds are coming. And the clip kind of goes off, and he was right. Like, they're coming.
They're on their way.
They're coming to get you.
They don't miss their man.
Yeah, I guess according to the Brilliant, they said the FBI or whoever has like a 97% conviction rate.
Right.
That's high.
That's high.
It means if they come in, you're going to jail.
Exactly.
And in his case, like you said, he's in a stuck between a rock and a hard spot because it's like, if you don't snitch, you're going to be doing this time, and chances are somebody in here going to do something to you.
Right. They're already talking life.
Right. If you do snitch, somebody's going to do something to you. You kind of going to have to either be on the run. It's hard to put him in witness protection because of who he is. That means he got to cut everything out.
Right. That means he's no longer an artist. You know, and in that situation, it's just my hot take on it. In that situation, I wouldn't even snitch. Because think about it. You don't snitch. You take the racketeering bid. You take the gun charges. Because apparently he's up for firing.
Either way, he's going to do some time because this is all a violation of parole.
Yeah, either way, he's going to
or probation.
Exactly. Either way, he's going to do some time because of the probation violation. The only reason I'm saying I would just stick with the bid is because when you get, let's say you snitch to do 10 years. Shit, Bobby Smurder got 7. So with what they're talking about with Tekashi, he's doing no less than 10. Let's say you do 10 years. When you get out, you're forever looking over your shoulder. It ain't like you could just go back to being, you know, an artist because motherfuckers, they on your head.
Yeah, well,
they don't let certain shit go.
That part is done. Like 6ix9ine is done.
Yeah, 6ix9ine is over.
6ix9ine is gone. If I'm Daniel Hernandez or whatever the hell his name is, I'm telling.
Really?
I'm telling. Now again, this is not Kevin Shaw. I'm not telling. But if I'm him, the reason being is because either way you look at it, dude, chances are you're gonna get killed in here. I'd rather take my chances on the street where I got some money and I can kind of disappear, opposed to take my chances in that box.
So
that's if I'm him.
Right. Now here's where I'm going to disagree as Daniel Hernandez. Considering where he's at this point, he's at club fed. Like he's not even like he's in gym pop, but he's in the gym pop for the people that's going to snitch. Granted, does that mean that they can move him at any point? Of course, but to be set up, in a situation that they want you to snitch, they want you to tell, they expect you to come back to gym pop, to regular gym pop as a snitch before you finally go home. If you can either do your time in there and at least have some kind of a fighting chance, or take your chances on the streets.
Now, if we're gonna do that, right? If he's gonna snitch and they're gonna be like, okay,
because honestly, his respect can kind of return a little bit by not snitching and taking
you're right
the
in
bait.
that. You're right in that. If it's something like, okay, look, you tell and you're gonna do some time, but you do it in here, then okay, fine, I agree with you. But if they're like, you tell and you still can get sent back to regular, then nah, I'm telling, get me the hell up out of here.
Right.
If I'm staying where I'm at, like you said, club fit, then all right, cool. I take that bid and chill, you know what I mean? Chill out with Fred down the street or Fred a couple sales over. He ain't gonna do shit, you know what I mean? But if it's, I told and all right, you're gonna do 5 years in Rikers. No, I'm not. No.
What's the next option?
Right. We gotta have a whole nother option. So
if he go to Rikers, he's definitely dead.
Oh yeah, if he go to Rikers,
Absolutely.
he ain't gonna last a week in
He's
Rikers.
getting stabbed at least 6 times.
He ain't gonna last a week. What I did say though, before I found out they moved him to like the snitch area, I was like, I hope, this is before I knew that they denied bail. So yeah, he's in there, but I hope he would have had a chance to go to his arraignment, whatever the case is, and the judge would have been like, okay, you got 48 hours to get your affairs in order. So he can wash that shit out of his hair. Cause if you in jail with rainbow hair and 6ix9ine tattooed on your face, oh, you like 6ix9ine too?
Oh, my God.
Me too. Bring your pretty ass over
Hey
here.
man, we just gonna do 6 though, okay? It's gonna be you and this dude.
Right, yeah.
But and it's funny because you go in there with that rainbow hair and he Hispanic, so his shit probably soft.
Right.
Niggas in there patting like,
you got cute hair and you light skin? Come here.
You got good skin. What's going on with you, light skin?
Yeah.
Yo, he's about to have a tough fucking time.
Yeah, if it's anywhere than where he is now, he's gonna have a tough time.
But that's the fucked up part about it, is that no matter what he does, whether he snitch, do a bid that's not the life sentence that they talking about, no matter what, he's fucked. He's no longer Tekashi 6ix9ine. He might as well get right back to being
yeah, I was surprised at this, but I was a fucker. I guess the lawyer was like, we'll give you everything in his bank account, like I guess for bail, and I guess he had 1.7 million.
Yeah,
the
that was
judge
crazy.
was like, no. So for the judge to be like, nah, on 1.7 million, that says that they looking at you for some shit, bro.
Exactly. No, they want you to
because
do some shit. He
shit.
has information that they want.
Absolutely.
So the fact that they're not gonna give you bail, but they're gonna put you in the safest part of the federal prison.
Yeah, whether you're the trigger man or whether you know who the trigger man is, or funding said organizations, they want you to do something.
They definitely want to get something about you, and the prisoner's gonna get something about you as well.
They're gonna get a lot about you.
Get a whole lot about you.
You keep on.
Gosh, he's gonna be sassy when he get out, boy. It's about to be a whole new kind of. He's about to come out like Big Frida.
I am interested to see, regardless on what happens, I am interested to see how he comes about. You know what I mean? Because eventually, one way or another, unless it's something where they do put him in witness protection, he literally just disappears. One way or another, we're gonna hear something about him in the future again. I want to see how that transpires. You know what I mean? When he's 28, how is it gonna look? He's gonna be 28 and be coming out sassy, or what? You know what I mean? What is this
First
thing?
of all, he's gonna cut his hair. That's
if he's smart.
It has to go.
If he's smart, he better.
It has to go, and he needs to go full cholo bald.
If
he
he's smart,
needs to
he
look
better.
like a threat while he's in there.
Right. You denounce your clique, you better be MS-13 while you in there or something.
And you got some brand new teeth, bro. You about to be beautiful to these niggas in there, dog.
It's a nigga that been in there for 15 years.
Nigga been in 15 years, been fucking all these rough, rugged looking motherfuckers.
You come in there with long hair and pretty teeth.
You come here light skin, long hair, and pretty teeth, bro. This is what niggas want on the outside. You about to come into a whole situation that you just can't fuck with. One thing I do want to touch on with this, at least coming from us, are we happy to see the man go down? Hell no.
Nah, I'm not happy to see nobody.
If you making money, if you doing what the fuck you supposed to be doing, we want to see you win.
Yeah, for somebody that's been in that box, even for the little duration I was in, that ain't the spot to be.
We want to see you win at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But the fact that people have constantly tried to tell you, like, yo, you don't need to do any of this extra shit that you're doing.
Yeah. It was, I actually, because I actually been behind on podcasts. I always listen to the Brilliant Idiots, and they were having an argument. Well, Andrew's stance was all this antics is worth it, and Charlamagne was like, no, it's not. And I'm on Charlamagne's side because I'm like, dude, we've seen countless people not have these antics and still be successful.
Right.
So by you doing this, you're just bringing more heat to yourself.
Right.
As we see.
And I agree. And one thing with Tekashi, if you remember, he was technically getting bullied before he used to go crazy.
Yeah, that's how it started. That's how it started. People was making fun of him.
If he would have stuck with just responding to the bullying, he could have flipped this to a completely different angle.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But then he started targeting people, and he started telling people, suck my dick, and he started doing all this extra shit.
Oh, somebody gonna suck his dick, all right. Or he gonna be the one sucking dick.
He is going to
be sucking dick, yeah.
He's way too small. But, you know, I just look at all of that, and it's like all this shit was avoidable.
Oh, absolutely.
All this shit was avoidable because now you're in a position where the feds want you and the streets want you. There is no in between for you to live.
The streets wanted you, but now they really want you.
Now they really want shit. Look at the mobster, Whitey. What's his name?
Whitey Bulger?
Yeah.
How do you say his last name?
I forgot how he says his last
I know
name.
you're talking about that.
But he just got murked.
He did?
He snitched like 30 years ago.
I didn't know he just got murked.
Make sure I pull this up so I'm talking right, because people have no problem correcting this. So let me find out. As we Google on air, I shall keep talking just to make sure that no one feels as if we're holding them out. So let me see. So I'm pulling up Whitey. Yeah. Died October 30th, 2018.
Whoa. So wait a minute. He just died a couple months ago.
Yeah, in prison. Somebody killed him in prison.
Whoa. I didn't know that.
It says right here. Bulger, who was in a wheelchair, was found dead on October 30th, 2018 at the age of 89. He was killed by
wheelchair.
He was killed by inmates within hours of arrival at the Hazleton prison.
Oh, so they moved me. Oh, you here?
They moved him as soon as he got there.
As soon as he was by himself, they murked him.
It killed him. So I'm like, come on, man. There's no in between, and the streets don't forget.
No, they don't.
The streets do not forget. If they move you somewhere, I got people in there.
If if witness protection wouldn't be a thing if the streets forgot.
Exactly. If the streets forgot, nigga, there'd be no reason for a Frank Lucas movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He would never been able to tell his tale. None of that.
That's crazy.
But that's what I'm saying, man. There's no in between. So there's no way that you can come out of this as Tekashi 6ix9ine again. What's killing me is that a lot of his fan base is like, oh, y'all being extra with this, that, and the third. He's gonna be cool. He's gonna be fine. Yeah, I'm like, no, he's not. This is when y'all keep saying he's just trolling. He's just trolling. That's not how everybody else looks at it.
That's not how it works. And you can just be trolling, but this shit out here is real.
This shit is real, bro. He got Kanye shot at.
Right. Those. I mean, the fans that say that, I have to assume those are younger fans who are kind of disillusioned to how shit is really in the real world. The
fans that say that, obviously they're one, young, two, probably not black, three, come from a place that they can just troll and see no, you know what I'm saying, reprimand from their trolling. So then when there is some kind of reprimand laying down, it's like, dog, I'm just playing. I'm just kidding. Why you being so yada yada? Like, nah, there ain't no playing with streets.
Yeah,
there's no playing with streets. He's in an unfortunate situation that he's literally damned if he does, damned if he doesn't.
Yeah, you're right. I don't want to see anybody be locked up or go through the things he's going through, but it's one of those things where it's like, I don't even want to say he deserves it, but it's one of those things like you did it to yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you don't deserve to be in the box and have niggas shooting at you. Nobody does.
Right.
But you did this to yourself.
Exactly.
You could have stopped a long time ago. As a matter of fact, you came out and said you were going to stop and didn't. Right.
So right back to it.
Yeah. So this is on you, man. You made your bed. You got to land it.
And like, I even look at the XXXTentacion thing. I forgot how reckless he was at one point.
Yeah, at one point he was real reckless.
Now granted,
but it wasn't. I don't think it was telling niggas suck his dick like 6ix9ine.
Right. But he was trying to fight everybody.
He was trying to fight everybody. Yeah.
Now, when he got killed, it didn't have anything to do with how reckless he was in social media. It had to do with him how careless he was with social media, with showing, I'm about to go blow a bag, and this is where I'm about to go blow the bag at. Right. And he was like, oh, word? Cool.
I'm finna be there too, then.
You know what I'm saying? And they realized for the bag that he was trying to blow, they was willing to take his life for it.
Right.
Now, that was just for getting some shit that he wanted. They didn't have a personal issue with the nigga. They just wanted what he had.
Yeah.
Everyone has a personal problem with Tekashi.
Yeah. Yeah,
and a lot of the niggas that you approach, a lot of niggas that you rub the wrong way, some of them are in the same fed that you're in. You're just in a different wing.
And if they not there, the demands of the people you rub the wrong way is in there. Somebody's
and if you make it out, there's a welcome home fucking mat waiting for you outside.
Yeah.
Right, I'm telling you, he's in a situation now that he really just blew his whole career. That 1.7 mil ain't gonna be in his account when he get out.
Oh, hell no.
Trust me,
Hell no.
he ain't got nobody watching anything for him.
Hell no.
He fired his entire crew, put on some new niggas that he barely know. They ain't finna hold him down.
Nope.
So
the money stopped. They ain't got no reason to hold him down.
They don't have any reason. I mean, you could divvy out that 1.7, but how long that's gonna last?
But even then, what are you divvying out that 1.7 for? You're divvying out the 1.7 to protect you.
Right.
You're in jail. You're protected, all right.
At this point, you're paying for loyalty.
Right.
That's not gonna work out.
That's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
Well,
It's a bad spot for the kid, man. But like we've said before, like everybody said before, this was going to happen.
it was gonna happen.
It's just one of those things like, damn, it really happened, but this is going to happen.
It's not even a damn it really happened. It's just like, oh, about time.
Well, it happened to that magnitude. Because
Right.
I think when I was saying it, I was like, either somebody's going to either kill him or he's going to be in jail, but I wouldn't think he'd be in the feds. He may be upstate, but he ain't in the feds. That's what I thought. So by him being in the feds, I'm like, oh no, they really not playing with you.
Here's why it doesn't surprise me. And, you know, I don't care what people, you know, say with me bringing up something as old as Pac and Big, but Pac was shot twice. Shot 5 times the first time, and I think 3 times the second, and the second time was the one that killed him. Big was killed for just being in LA for what was going on back and forth. Chinks was killed for being in the neighborhood that he had beef with a certain nigga. The streets don't forget. So it's
And the streets don't care.
And they don't care. They don't care who you making money, you touching people, that's great.
Yeah.
But I have an issue with you.
Right.
So that's going to be the problem. It's not like we've seen, shit just stop out of nowhere.
Yeah.
The streets have never forgotten.
They never forgot it.
And-
Will Smith can go to O Block and be like, suck my dick. All right, it's a nigga in O Block is gonna take you out. Like,
Exactly. Like, you're out of here. Like, I don't give a fuck who you are.
Right, exactly. I think that's one thing that he does not or didn't. Maybe hopefully he does now, but I think that's one thing he didn't take in consideration. The
Well, there's
streets
not-
don't care. Yeah, you're trolling and you got about this way. Maybe your camp knows this, but the man down the street, he don't know that, nor does he give a fuck.
Right. All he sees is this nigga telling me to suck his dick.
Exactly.
And he's running around my block acting like I'm pussy, like I won't come out.
Right.
And make some shit happen just for the gram.
Right.
Like, nigga, I'm not doing it for the gram.
I'm doing this and I'm going to disappear back to what I was
I'm
doing.
going right back to what I was
I'm
doing.
going right
You know
back
what?
to the trap
They're
after
not
I
gonna-
murdered
And
you.
they're not going to give a fuck. 'Cause that's just another colored body.
Not only that, it's just another day for a lot of people.
For a lot of people.
It's another day. I mean, we both grew up in sketchy neighborhoods where somebody got killed and you're like, oh, today was Wednesday.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So the sun came up. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Shit, at one point, even where we at right now in the north, nigga, you remember at one point, it was a different person getting killed literally every weekend.
Yeah, Vegas been hot. These last 6 months, Vegas has been hot.
With these 6 months, it definitely been turning up. But I'm talking about like back in our high school times.
Back in our high school time, yeah. The North
high
was,
school-
you didn't fuck with the North like that or the
It
West
was,
Side.
exactly. It was legitimately the nutty north. And somebody
Yeah.
was getting killed every weekend, and none of that shit was getting solved, even though niggas had names. Names were floating, and cases weren't getting solved. Why? Because they don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck.
So if they don't give if they don't give a fuck about a broke nigga, they definitely don't give a fuck about a rich nigga. Come on now.
A rich Hispanic nigga.
A rich Hispanic nigga, exactly, with colorful hair.
Colorful hair. Yeah.
And pretty teeth.
Yeah. Somebody gonna love them pretty
They are
teeth,
gonna
man.
love them teeth when he gets up in
And
there.
the
man.
crazy part is that, yeah, you in the safe spot. You know what I mean? But we gotta really look at that. Safe spot as far as violence.
Right.
You know what I mean? That doesn't mean the man 4 sales over don't think you got a pretty mouth.
Let's not act like he ain't just did a 15-year bid.
Yeah.
And still got another 20.
He might not kill you, but he gonna take them cheeks.
He ain't gonna kill you, but he gonna kill it.
Yeah. We gotta really pay attention to that. Like, just because he's there doesn't mean he's safe entirely.
Yeah, he may be safe from death, but
Yeah.
everything ain't off limits.
You're gonna be safe with a sore butt.
Yeah, man. I do want to talk about one thing though before we get up out of here. So Snoop is celebrating the 25th anniversary of Doggystyle. First of all, classic album.
Absolutely.
You know, he just got a star on the Walk of Fame. Snoop,
Which I thought was long overdue. How did he just now get one?
Very much so. Very much so. Does he even have his hands outside of
I don't think so.
I think it's not Man's Chinese Theater anymore. It's something else.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't think so.
I don't know if he has there, but he finally got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I agree with you. Long
Yeah,
overdue.
that's overdue.
But you know what? Didn't Ice Cube get his star this year too?
I don't know.
It was either this year or last year. No, Cube got his star.
Was it 2 years ago?
Cube got his star when Straight Outta Compton dropped.
It's about almost 2-3 years ago.
About 2-3 years ago. So Snoop finally got his. So Snoop is having an amazing year as far as recognizing what he's doing,
Right.
what he's done at least in the industry. But again, I go back to Doggystyle celebrating 25 years. Classic album. Probably arguably one of the best debuts in hip hop history.
Absolutely.
But I take that and I kind of apply it to what's going on in hip hop today. Even if you take away the short attention span of the listener, what are we celebrating in 25 years? Like,
25 years from today?
From today, or just 25 years from the 2010s going. Like, what are we actually looking back at and like, yo, that album was it. You know what I'm saying?
I think we've had some albums where it was it. You know what I mean? And then we also got to take a look, even on this a little bit before this time. Drake does fall in there. You know what I mean? Granted, we can definitely say this song wasn't it, but at the end of the day, it's Drake. But I think it's too early. We're 25 years, you know what I mean, since that album came out, and we can look back and be like, damn, but it took 25 years.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think we got to see how whoever's career, how that works. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, these people that we love, they could stop.
No, absolutely. And I agree. I'm just saying, like, in a sense of not necessarily longevity, but appreciation for a project. You know what I'm saying? Like, granted, there's going to be a lot of projects that people of this hip hop generation, they're going to be able to double back to. I'm pretty sure they're going to have like XXX on there somewhere.
Ooh, I'm not a fan. So I ain't gonna say it's bad. I'm just saying I'm not a fan.
No, I understand. I'm right there with you, but I'm just saying, just from a true hip hop standpoint, not from, you know, I'm a proponent for the era or whatever the case is, just from an actual hip hop standpoint, I don't see a lot of options to revisit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I had to just throw something out there, now this could be me being biased, and it could be something that's legit. I can see us revisiting Damn in 25 years. I can see us revisiting Good Kid in 25 years. I can see us revisiting Lupe's Food and Liquor in 25 years.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, that's a little earlier than 2010, but I guess if we'll say from the 2000s then, because we're approaching 25 years of the new millennium anyway.
Yeah.
So just from the 2000s, like, what are some projects that you can actually look back on and be like, yeah, that's going to be something that you go back to? Like,
if we're starting from the 2000s, actually, there's a lot of projects.
There's some projects in there, but I mean, to really look back, like how you look back at Illmatic, like how you look back at Doggystyle, like how you look back at all of these timeless projects. You know what I'm saying?
I think with that one, it's gonna be some whoever says it, or what, is it going to be some bias, basically?
Right.
Because just like we can appreciate Doggystyle, it's probably somebody be like, nah, that wasn't it for me.
I'm sure there's a lot of people
So
like
I
that,
think there's
right?
going to be some bias, but just off the top of my head from the 2000s, I know Get Rich or Die Trying has to be one to revisit.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, hell yeah.
That has to be one. Me personally, I'd revisit the Eminem show. I'll revisit that one.
Actually, Eminem show and Marshall Mathers LP.
No, I think that didn't that come out like 99?
Nah, cause 99 was Slim Shady LP. Marshall Mathers LP, I want to say, was 2000, 2001.
Huh. Either way.
Do your Googles.
Either way, look at those. I mean, and then if we take it back to where we at now, I think in the next, I think in some years, I don't know, I won't say how many, but I think we'll revisit that Nipsey album. I think that album may be revisited. I think a lot of
Marshall Mathers
mixtapes.
LP was 2000.
Okay. I think a lot of mixtapes would be something that people revisit more so than the album.
I don't know, because it seemed like the mixtape era is low key dying.
You can say, well,
like,
okay,
to a hip hop head, never. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but even if it does die, we can still look in 10 years and be like, yo, when that mixtape came out, it was a shit.
Absolutely. Like, I think the last critically acclaimed mixtape to come out, and again, this could be a bias, and it could be my ignorance, but the last critically acclaimed mixtape to come out was Crenshaw.
That's where I was going in my head.
To
my head, that's where I was going. So,
and that was what, 2015, 2016?
Somewhere around there. But I can say in 10 years, in 2026, people be looking like, nah, Crenshaw was at that album back then. We don't fuck with mixtapes now, or ain't no mixtapes now, but that was
the last great. That was the last of the Mohicans.
You know what I mean? I think when you listen to even Doggystyle, you listen to what the sound was at that time. Mm-hmm. So not only are you appreciating the actual song, you're appreciating what music was in that time.
Right.
So I think going forward, people will do the same with the stuff now.
Now, okay, so entertaining that idea, you appreciate that song for what it was for that time. So I guess that introduces a new question. Fuck a timeless album. Because at this point, especially going forward from here, we're not going to have albums that we can look back on.
Right.
From where hip hop is going. Timeless records.
That's a bunch of them.
And I'm talking about a place from, because, moms like listening to 105.7. You know what I'm saying?
I fuck with that station too.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a bunch of shit that comes on. Like, you look at songs like, I'm reaching, but just vibe with me real quick. You look at songs like Twist and Shout. You look at songs, you know what I'm saying, from these, bygone eras and shit like that were still getting used in movies. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That are just so timeless and classic. Now, I think we're going to have a lot of songs from Doggystyle that live out like that. That's going to have just decades of just constant replay value. You're going to have a lot of songs, from Pac. They're going to have that kind of constant.
Shit, we got that now.
And we have it now. We have records that we see from artists, but I mean, going forward though.
Going forward, I think if we're just talking about records, there's a lot of records, just strictly records.
That's absolutely timeless.
That are going to be timeless.
In the Club is absolutely one of them.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, but even if we want to take like these artists that the kids listen to now, Drake has records that are probably going to be timeless. Now, again, it's not something I can think of off the top of my head, but we're more so in the moment.
I kind of want to sit with this one for a little bit. Granted, Drake he's that guy. He is hip hop right now. Absolutely. He's running the game. He can't fail. Does he have a timeless record?
Right now it's too early to really check for it. I mean, when did Thank Me Later come out? Was that like 09, 2010? That the latest? Well, I know it wasn't 08. Had to be 09,
I think
2010.
it was 08.
I don't think it was 08.
Do you Googles? We on it right now.
Do your Googles. I'm saying that to say, if you look at songs on that particular album, one that sticks out.
Thank Me Later was 2010. You're right.
2010. Okay, so a song that sticks out to me is that Miss Me. That Lil Wayne, him and Lil Wayne track. That Miss Me When I'm Gone track. That's one of the songs, at least now, where a lot of people refer back to from now till then. So who's to say that in the next 5 years that still won't be the case?
You know what though? Actually, with that argument, Thank Me Later may end up being a timeless one.
That's what I'm saying. It may be, again, in my head at least, I don't think a lot of people's second and third records may be timeless. When I think about it, it's usually their first album. You know what I mean? Like, even though I personally I'm not saying it's better, but I like The Massacre more than Get Rich or Die Trying.
Massacre was dope.
Get Rich or Die Trying still would be a timeless.
I hated the cover though.
Right, yeah, the cover was cheesy, but Get Rich or Die Trying would be a timeless album. You know what I mean? So I'm going to say their first album usually, same with Snoop. First album usually the time. Me personally with Snoop, this is my first CD I've ever bought or ever had myself was The Last Meal of Snoop. That was my first.
Oh God, that was an amazing album.
Right, but that was my first album that I've had of his. But we can look back, even though we know it's amazing, that may not be a timeless album.
Ooh, good point.
But Doggystyle, what you get what I'm saying? I'm saying it's usually their first album.
I've said
that's
before that
timeless.
I look at The Last Meal the way I look at Stillmatic versus Illmatic and Doggystyle. I felt like that was his other one. If you had to compare the two,
yeah.
But you know what's funny with that same scenario, people will look at Stillmatic as a timeless record as well.
Absolutely.
That's interesting how that works, huh? Because like you look at Stillmatic and people say that Nas's good albums was Illmatic than Stillmatic, but you look at Stillmatic and you can easily say that's going to be a timeless record. It's a classic fucking record.
Absolutely.
But then with The Last Meal, which was just as good, and start an argument if you like, if not better than Doggystyle, and that's not going to go down as a timeless record.
Because I think it's, me personally, how I look at it, it's always going to be, even if it's not intended, it's always going to be some bias.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's always going to be some bias. With the Nas comparison, we look at, okay, Nas is considered, or what was it? How did it go again?
As far as
Illmatic, then Stillmatic?
Well, Stillmatic was far down the line, but it was like Illmatic, It Was Written, I Am.
Okay, but those first albums were considered timeless records or albums, you know what I mean? Even though Stillmatic may have been the better record, but it's going to be bias in that. The Nas fans that are stands in that, they be like, yeah, I fuck with Stillmatic, but this was the one. It's always going to be biased. But somebody like us be like, well, no, that was the one. Right. It's always going to be some bias in that. I agree with you. I think Last Meal was kind of better than Doggystyle.
Listen,
not by much, but it was better than Doggystyle. But Doggystyle was a timeless record. You just gotta take whatever it comes, I guess.
Wherever you're listening, and we really want y'all to get involved. We actually gonna have some few things going forward to get everybody involved. Let me know what's a timeless record to you from the 2000s up, and let's really get this conversation started. I'm actually gonna post this on the
and now we
on the site too.
Is it just hip hop or is it in general?
Well, that's the thing. I have to judge it off of hip hop because hip hop is the only place that
hip hop
has
runs the world right now. So yeah,
for one, absolutely. But hip hop is the only genre right now that has such a short attention span from the listeners.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
R&B, you can rattle off.
Yeah,
who you know what I'm saying? Who's gonna be doing something
R&B
that's
albums
timeless.
that I listened to that came out before I was born.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like low key, fucking what's his name? Niggas low key disappeared now, but the most recent R&B gangster, August Alsina. Mm-hmm. There's some people that can say I love this is a timeless fucking record.
It's a great record.
It's a fantastic fucking record.
The remix is hard too to me.
But that's what I mean. Like with R&B, you can shuffle that into timeless.
Right.
But because the hip hop conversation is so subjective.
Yeah.
It's really like, what's that? So I really want to know what y'all timeless records are from 2000s.
What's bad is, I mean, we're older than some, but we're still young. What's bad is when we get 40, 50, they'll be like, oh, that Tekashi album it's timeless.
I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. You know what I mean? That part is going to be crazy.
Now, one thing I did hear, and I'm if it happens, I'm going to give it a listen. And I can promise you and the ear hustlers that I heard that this Tekashi record ain't that bad.
Who'd you hear from?
I ain't hear from like a homeboy.
Okay, just online. Who was the one saying it? Was it these new millennial guys or was it somebody in our age?
No, I think it was actually Charlamagne.
Really?
I think it was Charlamagne, and then I heard it again from Joe, and then I remember on the Breakfast Club, Tekashi was talking about who's on it. I was like, damn, he got some hitters on there, and his production team is crazy too. And I'm like, let me find out you got one. Right, and then your ass might go to prison.
Right, he got one. That actually puts me up on, does this album come out?
I don't know. I gotta look it up.
Does this album come out? Because I mean, he's not going to be here to promote it, to perform it. So does this album come out?
But you know what though? If it does come out, it's going to be on some Don Illuminati type shit where it gets promoted from prison. That the fact that he's in prison is the promotion.
Yeah, that's interesting.
We'll definitely see.
I'm not going to listen to it. I'm not. I'll take your word for it. Like if you say no, this album's kind of cool, then maybe. But if you listening to it and you give me that look, I ain't
which
touching
you know
it.
I have no problem doing.
I ain't touching it.
Shit, I told you I gave Lil Yachty to listen. I was like, yep, I can now say that he sucks to me.
I heard a freestyle was like, whoa, I'm good.
Like, I'm okay.
I don't need no more.
Let the people know where they can find you at, bro.
Excuse me. Underscore Hollywood Kev on Twitter, even though I haven't been there. And Hollywood Kev underscore on Instagram. I'm there though. I've been posting a little bit more.
At Big Los IG on IG. That's where it stops. Of course, at the Noize Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And of course, everything Beat Network at beatnetworkonline.com. So this show is still going to come out on Sunday. We are recording it today on a Sunday. Like I said, I just got back from Ohio. So y'all just rock with me. The visuals will return as well. I do apologize for that 2 week off. It's holidays. Come on now.
Right.
But we're definitely going to get back to it. We're still going to be going forward with the visuals, and we got some new shit coming. So definitely stick with us. Anything you want to say to the people?
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, we really do. Rocking with us. I appreciate it. I really do. But other than that, man, just keep locked in. Stay locked in.
Absolutely. And as always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, we appreciate the support. And as always, it's Big Los.
Hollywood Kev.
It's the Noize.